right game, he's the best at what he does. But when I do the best, it's hurt people.
Poirier is a phenomenal knockout artist. Khabib, let's go! But Khabib is the most dominant wrestler in the history of the sport.
Cage is gonna close, and I'm gonna maul him, like always.
Coming up next, it is a middleweight matchup between Chris Weidman and Alex Oliveira. You know, we trot out the term well-rounded in modern-day mixed martial arts, maybe more than we should, but this guy fits the bill. Maybe doesn't stand out in any one area on film, but plus skills everywhere. And you gotta think tonight, Joe, with his skill set, he's more than comfortable really anywhere this fight goes. If he needs to stand and strike, he can do it. If the fight hits the canvas, he can submit you. A lot of different skills brought to the table by this young man.
This guy is extremely well-rounded. His submissions are world-class. His striking is excellent. And he is extremely unpredictable in what attack he chooses to go with.
He is the former UFC middleweight champion, the man who took down Anderson Silva in his prime, Chris Weidman, two-time Division I All-American wrestler at Hofstra and a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt who really took to the gentle art quickly. That doesn't even speak, Joe, about the power and the striking acumen. This guy, as good as any middleweight in the world. He has spent the bulk of his prime at or near the top of this division and still out to prove that he can regain the gold that he lost.
Chris Weidman is an outstanding wrestler, a multiple-time All-American with a great chin, knockout power, and a sensational submission game.
Our Tale of the tape for this much-anticipated middleweight encounter. Weidman is 4 years the elder. He is 3 inches taller. He will have a 2-inch reach advantage. Here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC middleweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a mixed martial artist. He stands 5 feet 11 inches tall, weighed in at 170 pounds. Alex Cowboy Oliveira! And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, a wrestler. He stands 62 inches tall, weighing in at 185 pounds. Fighting out of Baldwin, New York, presenting the former UFC middleweight champion of the world, Chris Weidman! And when the action begins, our referee in charge of the octagon, Dan Mergliotta.
Dan Mergliotta, your referee.
Ready? You ready?
And we are underway at the Mecca, Madison Square Garden in New York City.
You got tagged there.
Oliveira's cheek appears to be cut here, Joe. Yes, it is not ideal.
Great job landing a series of punches.
Oliveira gets caught with that punch. Oh!
This could be it right here.
Oliveira gets up again, but he looks hurt, Joe.
Oh! What a leg kick! Hard jab.
While you're playing with fire there, he left the body wide open there, and he has shown an increased vulnerability to that strike, Joe, by leaning in, almost moving. Oh! He's gotten hurt here.
Vicious combinations. Big straight punch. Nice leg kick.
The left hook hits home.
Oh! Vicious collar pop to the top. Back up.
Now goes in and secures the takedown.
Now he's in half guard. Oh, and reversed.
Strong bottom work here, staying busy.
Powerful leg kick from Weidman.
Nice punch by the All-American Weidman.
Oh, he's getting some hip on that one.
Oh, that kick is good by Oliveira.
Caught him with a punch.
Using his jab effectively here, Joe. Landing a good series of strikes here.
That one hurt.
Going to the body there with the right kick. How about that shin? Oliveira's lower jaw very swollen now. Time to...
Nice.
Oh!
He hurt him.
And that's going to do it.
Unbelievable. Outstanding timing and accuracy for a knockout victory.
Yeah, there's another one for the highlight reel, Joe, and that's probably as good a knockout as he's had in the UFC. Just a perfect shot to end the fight. Crowd absolutely loving it. Flush land to close out his opponent. I'm not even sure the other fighter saw it coming, so a big knockout for him here tonight on the biggest of stages.
Caught him right there, had him in all sorts of trouble. Check it out here. Ba-boom!
Oh, we set it inside the octagon. Bruce Buffer. Coming up next, it's a UFC heavyweight division collision. So he's coming up on 60 pro MMA fights. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. Here he is, the former K1 World Grand Prix champion, Alistair Overeem. To this point, the UFC Gold has eluded him, but he continues to prove with a razor-sharp focus that he can still contend deep into this mixed martial arts career. And Joe, as far as heavyweight finishers go, I'm not sure any man has a better, more versatile resume than the ring.
Alistair Overeem has world champion striking skills. He's competed at the top levels of kickboxing and MMA for years, has savage power, and if he catches you in his guillotine, he can come very close to pulling your head.
And now...
There we go, first round, you ready? Are you ready?
All right, ready to go here with live action as we get underway here at Madison Square Garden in New York City. And he connects there.
That one hurt.
Oh, a huge block there.
Hit him hard with that hook. Big overhand.
Oh,
he got tagged with the right hand there as well.
Hand.
And this is a bit of a chest battle here.
Able to land to the body there with the left kick.
Tags him. Huge uppercut, misses.
Oh! Yeah, looks a little wobbly on his
He
feet.
got tagged.
He's got him hurt here.
Oh, look at this. Who saw that coming? Oh, another one.
Oh, big left.
This could be it right here. Inside leg kick. Oh, we heard him again. He heard it. Big shots. Beautiful hook. Oh, we heard him again. This could be it.
That one appeared to stun him. Oh! Oh! Pretty strong jab there by Overeem. Yes. Now goes in and secures the takedown.
Wow. He can't. He's very wobbly. Oh, he's hurt again. He's in big, big trouble here.
Overeem pouring it on.
Nice leg kick.
How about that shin?
Oh! Again with the leg kick.
Well, so he gets clipped once again here, Joe, and he continues to be vulnerable.
He's hurt again. He's hurt.
He's out!
Beautiful knockout blow to finish the fight here.
Yeah, Joe, I'm not sure if that's the way he drew it up, but a huge result for him here tonight as he gets the win by way of knockout, and that's about as good a one-strike finish as we've seen here in the UFC in recent memory. I'm not even sure the opponent saw it coming, so a big, big win for him here tonight.
Here it is again from another angle. And let's see that again. Boom!
Bruce Buffer now with the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Mario Yamasaki has called a stop to this contest at 3 minutes, 48 seconds in the very first round. Declaring the winner by knockout, Mountain.
So just the way he drew it up here tonight, what a monumental moment and knockout to get his hand raised here tonight. He kept the judges out of it. He has certainly set himself up for a major opportunity here moving forward. But you can be sure tonight is about this knockout. He'll be celebrating deep into the night with his friends, his family, his coaches. Congratulations on a big KO tonight.
the end.
All right, coming up next, we get to this lightweight tilt between Tony Ferguson and Justin Gaethje. Well, Joe Rogan, this is as accomplished a kickboxer as has made the walk to the UFC octagon as we've seen in the last several years. I'm excited to see his kickboxing skills on display in this particular matchup. Really a nice arsenal of kicks. He'll attack that lead leg beautifully, not to mention the solid punching technique that he brings to the table. This man is a danger for anyone in his striking range. When that octagon door closes, we're expecting fireworks tonight.
This guy is an outstanding striker. What he wants to do is use his defense to keep the fight standing, use the takedown defense and a good solid sprawl, and if he does go to the ground, make sure he gets back up and punishes his opponent.
Well, you can argue he is one of the most dominant lightweights in the history of the Ultimate Fighting Championship, Joe, and Tony Ferguson is just getting started. At one point, Tony Ferguson put together a 9-fight winning streak in the UFC's deepest and most talented divisions. Tony Ferguson, as exciting and accomplished right now as any fighter on the UFC roster.
This guy has the ability to take shots that would put other fighters out, absorb the punishment, and just with sheer toughness, come back from the brink of defeat and achieve victory.
And now our tail of the tape for this lightweight scrap. Ferguson is 4 years his senior. He will have a 5-inch reach advantage. To get us started with the official introductions, Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC lightweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. Ready to fight? Ready.
And we are underway.
That's a nice clean shot.
The kick is there to the body. Ferguson gets hit by that leg kick. That landed.
They have started this fight off with a brawl.
Continues to mix it up, going to the head, mixing in some body shots.
Nice. That one hurt.
Pretty good jab there by Tony Ferguson. Once again establishing the jab here.
Beautiful right leg kick there.
Oh, head kick blocked, though, by Ferguson. Nice punch by Gaethje.
He's got a beautiful leg kick.
Throws a big right hand, but doesn't find its home. Ferguson gets in the clinch. That knee might have landed there.
He moves to the Muay Thai clinch. Nice knee. Tying him up here in the clinch.
Man, Joe, he continues to leave that head open. His opponent's got to be salivating at this point in time. That jab has been there all night. You got to get that head off the center line. Oh, nice kick. Oh, how clean is that jab by Gaethje? Well, no issue finding his timing here. Nice series of strikes as he continues to land.
Oh, he hit him with a big knee. Body shot.
Oh, now he's got the tie clinch, Joe. Gaethje's huge
he's
elbow. He's got him hurt here.
There's a nice inside leg kick.
Oh! Gaethje gets double underhooks here in the clinch. Normally now he'll try to change levels and go for a takedown. All right, hammer fist here by Gaethje.
He's back up to his feet. Tagged him.
He gets hit with an outside leg kick. Try to establish that jab. Oh, another crisp jab lands flush. Nice way to keep the opponent at distance there.
Tagged him.
Much improved defensively as he blocks the shot.
Both men landing in that exchange. He's got good accuracy on that jab.
Now he goes for the single leg. Round two next.
Stop!
All right, sit down, bud. Deep breaths for me. Big breath. Slow that heart rate down. Everything you're throwing is...
Here's a big leg kick.
You ready to fight? Ready.
Round two underway.
He's definitely going to want to start this round off fast to try to pick up where he left off. His opponent was in big trouble at the end of that round.
Just out of range with the big right hand. All right, so another stiff jab there. Really good use of that weapon, not unlike he did in the previous round.
Nice kick to the body.
Really a Terminator quality, though, to Tony Ferguson. He eats these shots and just keeps moving forward.
Man. This could be it right here. But that one really hurt him. Oh! He's hurt. He's down. Big body shot. And he winds up on top. And full back.
Trying to get under the chin.
Now he's got it. He opens it up, pulls him onto his back, goes palm to palm here. He's free from the rear naked choke.
Ferguson gets caught with that punch.
Oh, elbow to the head.
Gaethje's cut is only getting worse here, Joe. Man, is that thing bleeding.
He's still wobbly, though.
Changes his stance. You'll see a lot of this from this fighter.
Good punch.
Oh, the combinations continue to pile up.
Excellent movement on the ground here. Constantly moving, constantly staying busy. He's got the back here.
Going for that patented rear naked choke now.
He's got it under the chin now. He goes palm to palm first to try to finish it off. He pops out of the rear naked choke.
Pretty good elbow there from the bottom. Got to stay active off of your back.
Very nice elbows. On top, look at that pass.
Gets up again here, but hurting. Oh, he switches his stance again. So a much different approach.
Oh, he tagged him in the left. This could be it. Back to his feet again. Amazing.
Under a minute now to go. Gaethje gets touched by that leg kick attempt. Well, he has landed some good shots tonight, Joe, but as yet he has been unable to string together any solid combinations, and that has served to keep his opponent in this fight. So let's... Oh! Huge right hand!
Oh, that one hurt him.
Ferguson, I have to say, absorbing those strikes quite well. So there's the horn. The round is over. The bleeding on the nose is not. The cut there is only getting worse. The blood is starting to come down into the mouth, and that's when it can impact the breathing pattern, Joe. So significant damage done in that round. The cut on that nose most definitely getting worse at this point of the fight.
And here another big shot lands and another knockdown. And here another clean shot lands and another knockdown.
Ariani, so
You ready to fight? Ready.
here we go. Now 5 minutes remain in the fight.
That last round was an all-out brawl. If they continue like that in this round, someone's getting knocked out.
Well, he hasn't really showed any signs of slowing down tonight. He continues to connect on a high volume of strikes here. Gaethje gets hit by that leg kick. May not be a bad idea to start to check some of these.
Nice inside leg kick. He's down. Oh! Nice elbow. Full mounts, look at this. Hip escape, gets out of the full mount. And he reverses position. Neither fighter's really doing anything.
And busy as he looks to improve position here.
Excellent movement here on the ground. Trying to take the back here.
Elbow from the bottom landed by Tony Ferguson. Oh, Joe, that cut is getting worse. Rated R, looking nasty now. Starting to do some really significant damage. Oh!
That one hurt him badly. Body kick, look at that.
Oh, he might be out.
Oh! What a leg kick.
Unbelievable. Gaethje gets up, but he looks hurt here, Joe. I'm not sure he's recovered. Oh, an obvious limp there. His leg hurting for certain.
Oh!
Oh!
He is hurt here.
Gaethje gets up again here, Joe. He is as tough as anybody on the roster, but he looks compromised here. Oh, here's a kick to the body, blocked though by Gaethje.
1-2. He's hurt him. Oh!
Wow! And that's gonna do it.
Oh, man! Beautiful timing and execution for a knockout blow.
Yeah, there's another one for the highlight reel, Joe, and that's probably as good a knockout as he's had in the UFC. Just a perfect shot to end the fight. Crowd absolutely loving it. Flush land to close out his opponent. I'm not even sure the other fighter saw it come. All right, the official decision is in. Here's Bruce Buff. It's a middleweight matchup between Chris Weidman and Anderson Silva. So here he is, folks, still considered by many to be the greatest mixed martial arts athlete of all time. Anderson the Spider Silva started his UFC career 16-0. That's still a UFC record. 10 straight successful middleweight title defenses, Joe. One of the more prolific finishers in UFC history, and he's got the highlight reel to prove it.
Anderson Silva has the perfect combination of speed, timing, intelligence, and confidence. He is one of the most successful mixed martial arts fighters in the history of the sport.
Well, ask and you shall receive. Chris Weidman wanted to be the man to take down Anderson Silva, and he certainly did that at UFC 162 back in 2013 to become the undisputed UFC middleweight champion. Outstanding grappler, Division I All-American wrestler, and the striking has certainly caught up with those two disciplines. Chris Weidman, 5-tool player. Our tale of the tape for this much anticipated. All right, we are getting underway here at Madison Square Garden in New York City.
Oh!
Silva gets caught by the inside leg. Head off the center line, slips the punch. Now mixing one into the body.
Oh, and he ate a front kick.
Silva gets caught by that straight punch. His defense has abandoned him tonight. Well, he's always on the counterattack, but a nice leg kick there by Weidman.
And he's looking for that left. Another ferocious leg kick from Weidman.
Oh, absolutely. I'm surprised he's not limping, Joe. Those leg kicks will really slow you down. Going orthodox now. Effective jab there by Weidman. Just misses there with the left. Oh, he brought that offense, Joe. Oh, roundhouse kick. Add that to his highlight reel.
He's got good accuracy on that jab.
Follows it up with a nice combination.
Good exchanges from both fighters. Yeah, he's getting lit up here.
Oh, effective use of the jab by Weidman.
Big left hand.
Well, he misses with the left punch there. Inside leg kick lands and immediately a mark on his opponent. And he connects there. Well, he gets cracked to the head there, Joe. He continues to be vulnerable by leaning in. He's almost moving into the strike at this point in time.
He's stunned. He's in trouble. This could be it. Oh, very nice.
Weidman's cut is getting worse here. Man, is that bleeding. Oh.
Nice shot. He's hurt. He's got to be careful here. He's in trouble. This fight is dangerously close to being stopped. Good defense there.
Silva gets caught by that straight punch. That'll get his attention.
Vicious body kick by Weidman. And there's a good shot by Weidman.
So we cross the 30-second mark in our opening round. Oh, nice job to land the front kick there by Silva. Lands flush. Final seconds here. Oh, well done moving the head there to slip that left hand. The horn sounds for the end of round one. All right, so there's the end of the round. Big story in this one now. The cut on the bridge of that nose from that strike. The cut man is in there. Should be able to shut this one and potentially prevent it from being a factor here moving forward.
And here's another beautiful leg kick. And there's another excellent leg kick. Some really well-placed strike.
You ready? You ready?
All right, round two. Kick lands for him there. Silva's lower jaw looking extremely swollen now. Oh! He's out!
Landed a huge kick for the knockout.
Yeah, Joe, knockouts don't get much more prettier or much more flush than that. Full force and full extension on the kick, and there was no chance after that, Joe. The fight was really over as soon as that kick made contact. An outstanding highlight for that young fighter here tonight.
Let's take a look at that again. Great angle here. Boom! Out cold.
So a huge result and a seminal moment for him here tonight as he gets the big knockout win. That could hold up as one of the better KOs of the year.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Yves Levine has called a stop to this contest at 13 seconds of round number 2, declaring the winner by knockout, Chris Weidman!
Well, his future is likely in the UFC Hall of Fame. His present is this moment right here, and it's another big one to boost the legacy for the former UFC middleweight champion, Chris Weidman. Ray Longo, Matt Serra certainly enjoying this one. You can be sure Chris Weidman is back, folks. Up next, a middleweight tilt between Chris Weidman and Lyoto Machida. So here he is, Lyoto the Dragon Machida, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, but known more as a Shotokan Karate black belt. If you're looking for guys who really put the discipline of karate on the UFC map, look no further than this man, Lyoto Machida. And how about the list of wins for Lyoto Machida? Mark Munoz, Dan Henderson, Ryan Bader, Randy Couture, Thiago Silva. Lyoto Machida has a wins list that competes with anybody in UFC history.
Lyoto Machida is the most successful karate stylist to ever compete inside the octagon. The former UFC light heavyweight champion has a very unique and difficult style to solve.
He is the former UFC middleweight champion, the man who took down Anderson Silva in his prime, Chris Weidman, two-time Division I All-American wrestler at Hofstra, and a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt who really took to the gentle art quickly. That doesn't even speak, Joe, about the power and the striking acumen. This guy, as good as any middleweight in the world. He has spent the bulk of his prime at or near the top of this division and still out to prove that he can regain the gold that he lost.
Chris Weidman is an outstanding wrestler, a multiple-time All-American with a great chin, knockout power, and a sensational submission game.
Our tale of the tape for this much-anticipated middleweight encounter. More than 5 years apart, with similar height and some differences in reach. All right, we send it inside the octagon to the veteran voice, Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC middleweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a karate fighter. He stands 6 feet 1 inch tall, weighing in at 185 pounds. Fighting out of Los Angeles, California.
Are you ready? Are you ready?
We are underway.
Nice left kick to the body.
Oh, huge block.
And there's a good shot by Weidman.
Weidman gets hit by that leg kick. May not be a bad idea to start to check some of these.
Good body shot.
These guys throwing early.
Oh, good combination.
Finds a home for that left hook. Oh!
Vicious combinations.
Well, that kick landed the body beautifully placed right underneath that elbow. Let's see if he makes the adjustments now defensively to avoid opening up that midsection to further damage by that kick.
That one hurt. Really threw a lot of power into that uppercut, but missed.
Nice jab by Weidman.
Powerful leg kick from Weidman. Oh, big kick.
The left hook hits home.
And he's looking for that left. Let's go Weidman chant reading through the crowd. Lyoto Machida with a vicious leg kick. Nice.
Oh, he just missed with that straight left hand, Joe. Useful strike there. The hook is clean.
Misses a huge hook to the head. Oh!
Lands a punch. Weidman's cheek appears to be cut here, Joe. Yes, it is. Not ideal. Blocks the shot. Effective with the jab. With 90 seconds to go in round 1. The body kick is there for Machida. Oh, he lands a huge kick to the body.
Hit him hard with that hook.
Machida tries with the elbow there.
Oh, he nails it! He is hurt!
Oh, he might be out.
Oh, very nice. Oh, what a leg kick!
Oh, he's gotten hurt here. Now goes in and secures the takedown. Big elbow there. Round two next.
Here we get a look at some of the action from that round. And here's a nice shot, lands perfectly. And here's another clean shot that lands. Some real clean striking on display in that round.
All right, round two.
Now, starting off this round, he might still be hurt. He's going to want to look to be defensive and move and avoid getting hit and try to recover.
Leg kick now, Joe. Weidman gets caught with that punch. He'd be wise to get those hands up. Machida's lower jaw is just nasty at this point. Really swollen in that area now. Yep, not a ton behind it, but it landed.
Chris Weidman with some vicious body shots.
Oh, absolutely, Joe. Devastating shots to the body.
Oh!
Beautiful combination there by the All-American Weidman. How about that shin?
Oh, big kick!
Knee to the body.
Straight punch.
Both guys landing big shots.
Powerful leg kick.
And now he lands a combination.
He is going after it here. Nice leg kick.
Well, he has really picked up the pace here in round two. Much more aggressive than we saw in round one, and now starting to find himself in the pocket. Oh, and that kick is blocked.
He's doing a great job of timing these shots.
Oh, effective use of the jab by the All-American Weidman. Kick lands for him there. Just over 2 minutes to go.
Oh, big right hand.
Huge right hand.
Oh, he tagged him. He's hurt. He's hurt bad. This could be it. Hard hook. This fight is dangerously close to being stopped. Nasty combinations here. Body kick, look at that. Yoda McCall. Oh, he's out. He's out. Huge hook that got him the victory.
Yeah, Joe, just the way he drew it up as he gets the knockout victory here tonight, it's hard to land a strike more flush than he did right there, and I'm not even sure the opponent saw it coming. So he'll see the replay and probably shake his head, but ultimately this is a huge result and a huge win for that fighter here tonight.
Let's look at that from a different angle. Look at this. And he's out.
Well, what a moment for this fighter here tonight. A massive knockout on the sport's biggest stage. Seminal moment for that fighter tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Yves Levine has called a stop to this contest at 3 minutes, 24 seconds of round number